20 years. It's 20 years of coins that go in essence each one of these lenses. There's 20 years that separates these series. So we had to literally wait 20 years to put these together.
Okay, so keep shopping for that great auto ship offer. This is the last item in our first hour, and Mike and I have a whole other hour, so stay with us. This is the 2020 WMint PF70 perfect condition of the reverse proof nickel and US silver proof set. So it's not only $599.95. I do want to mention that we do have it on VIP financing, which means that you have an entire year to pay it off with no interest and no fee if you use the HSN card. And Rocky, you said how much it was per month? $49.99, so about 50 bucks a month. You can go to hsn.com, put an HSN card in the search. To get a card, you get $10 off a single item purchase at time of approval. But the big deal is that you get a year to pay it off with no interest, and the HSN card has no annual fee. But Mike, tell us about this set, and I'm holding the whole collection in the box when you have it all done, all set up. And you see
well, the United States government, like I said, they're building on the program from last year where they do a bonus coin with, you know, the proof set, the silver proof set, and then the mint set. So what we did with this is really amazing. So the United States government, for the silver proof set, last year they did a reverse proof Lincoln cent. So this year they did a reverse proof a Jefferson nickel. And so you get that coin in reverse proof 70, extremely difficult to get in reverse proof 70. If you remember, you have the little, you know, the little bag that the coin comes with. It's almost impossible to get in 70. So in NGC 70, you can pay as much as $200 just for the bonus nickel in 70 condition. Now keep in mind, because this is the silver proof set, the dime, all the quarters, and the $half are done in pure 999 silver. So that's the bonus coin. And so a lot of people have sold the bonus coin and then the proof set. What they haven't done, which is what we have here, and we have only several dozens of these to go around, is we have certified every single solitary coin in the collection proof 70 perfect. It is a registry set of 11 United States government issued the entire silver proof set from this year, the entire silver proof set from this year with our exclusive. See the silver bar label where we put that? Because we just started that last year when the government started doing the silver proof sets in pure 9999 fine silver. So 11 proof 70 coins. So do the math. Basically 50 bucks a coin. Folks, at the end of the day, to get 70s in these, particularly with the reverse proof nickel, you can't do the set for $50 a coin. And I want you to look at this, because there are several coins in this collection. So you're basically, like I said, $55 a coin. That's what ultimately I think is what it comes down to, somewhere right around in there. It's a little less than $55. The Kennedy $half alone, if I put that coin out at $100, I sell every single solitary one of them. Last year, I think we did, you know, when they do the pure silver Kennedys, I mean, we sold thousands and thousands and thousands of them. I haven't even put this out. I got the 70. I only have these coins. I've not sold any of these coins individually. The reverse proof nickel at $50, try $150 or $170, that one up there. The penny by itself, absolutely going to be a $75 coin. The Sacagawea golden dollar, $75. The Jefferson nickel's probably a $40 coin.
Did I see a baby bat?
Yeah, baby bat. Well, how about baby bat? How about baby bat?
I thought I saw baby bat.
Proof 70 perfect is about a $100 coin.
That's a personal favorite, baby bat.
Of all the national parks coins, by far is the baby bat. It has been, all the other ones are what they are, but the baby bat coin is the, like I said, it is absolutely so collectible. And like I said, this is only the second year that they've done these, only the second year that they have done these in pure silver, 9999 fine. And if you recall, the United States Mint sold out of the silver proof set almost immediately. They've been able to restock, I think, a few of them. The problem is they're trying to catch up with everything. I've had these up, I think, 2 times before. And you have to understand, so I have probably 100 sets available is what we have. To do that, I probably do 100 sets, given the nickel. I probably had to grade 500 sets. I had to grade 500 silver sets to be able to do that. And then, of course, the top coin is the coin that's the bonus coin. You cannot buy that coin by itself. You have to buy the set. And so I think we sold those out. I think it was about $2.99 for just the reverse proof nickel, and then the proof set just in the original government package. But in a complete, perfect set. From NGC, it's almost unprecedented. I couldn't do it with the regular proof set in any way, shape, or form, because I think what it was, the nickel just didn't grade. The regular nickel didn't grade. And then, of course, you've got the Lincoln Cent in there. And then the 5 silver quarters. You go out there, you can find those easily, $3.99, $4.99, just for the 5 quarters. Now, of course, we have the special reverse proof nickel. See, there's 2 nickels in this set. You have the regular, that's the bonus nickel, the reverse proof. That's the one that only comes as a special bonus. And that coin is by far and away the hardest coin to get in absolutely perfect proof 70, reverse proof 70 condition. And then you look at all the other coins in the set, every one